Hi, it's Kane Hodder, Jason from Friday the 13th. You're watching Slash and Cast. Keep watching, or I'll kill you and your whole family.
What's going on, horror fans? Welcome back to another episode of Slash and Cast, a show that brings you the latest in all things horror. My name is Riley. That is Nick. Before we get things started, first of all, if you want to have the pinned comment of the week, you got to guess the movie that we are currently watching in the background, just off camera. This one's interesting. You know, the big hint I'm going to give you that it is a sequel. And you know what's cool about it? It is a horror film, of course. It's going to be very rare for us not to have a horror film playing. You know, it's cool because it contains pop stars. It even technically contains rock stars. Scooby-Doo's in there. It's pretty exciting.
Yeah.
You may hate it. You may love it. I don't know.
Might not even know about it.
Maybe not. Which means it might be hard to get this pinned comment. It won't be that hard. Someone will get it, I promise.
Yeah.
A couple announcements, of course. First of all the links you need in the description. Twitter, Facebook, Discord, Reddit. Things of merchandise. Still have a sale going on right now if you're interested in that. Also, if you're really interested, want to support the channel even further, the things that keep this channel alive are absolutely our members and sponsors. There's a cool join button right there. You get some perks along with it, including your name in the credits in every video. Not just this video, every video. Yeah. As well as a badge next to your name when you comment, things like that. And there's more benefits to come. We will keep that things going, including early access to videos is becoming more and more of a thing for us. Yeah. We've hit that in the last two videos. We want to keep that going, so just keep that in mind. Also, you help to decide for future videos, and that's a fun time. It keeps the channel alive. It really does. With that, let's move on to our first topic of the day. That being Friday the 13th the game. It feels like it's been a long time since we've actually talked about Friday the 13th the game on this show.
Yeah.
Still talk about it all the time, but it's just never really here.
Yeah.
But a little bit of exciting news happened. The Friday the 13th game price has officially been slashed from $40 to $20. Now, sales happen all the time, but this is permanent, and it is across all platforms, Xbox, PlayStation 4, and PC. So if you haven't bought the game already, this is a pretty good price. I know some people are still upset, thinking it's a little too high. I'm not. This seems about right.
Yeah.
If you want to compare, like Dead by Daylight still sits at $20. I think they're in the same price zone, not including all Dead by Daylight's DLC, which is $7 per chapter, so it's a little bit different there. And if you want to compare it to like Last Year the Nightmare, which sits at $30, which is a multiplayer-only game, I mean, it seems about right.
Yeah.
I know some people are upset that they may already just paid $40. Now it's on sale, but there have been a million sales, and everything goes on sale eventually. The only thing that I'm upset about it is the fact that it took so damn long to get here. Yeah. I think it should have been $20 a long time ago.
Yeah, I definitely think as it, it should have been slashed a little closer to the after the end of content announcement.
Yeah.
But like with sales for like Steam sales and stuff, you can't just say go on sale tomorrow.
Yeah.
There's a process with adjusting. So maybe they did put it in June and they finally just got it there. Maybe they put it in, a couple months ago. Maybe they just put it in a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, who knows?
I don't know. I'm not a game
I think it should have been there a long time ago, but I'm glad it finally is there. And hopefully this brings some new players to the game across all platforms. I think that'd be nice. There's no real negative to it,
Right.
If you want to argue the price is still too high, that's your argument. You have every right to have it. I think $20 is about right, and I'm just glad we're finally there. In terms of the lawsuit, there's no update at this time. Hopefully we get some news soon. We can't be far away from news. Based on how it goes with appeals and putting appeals through, we should be about in the time frame to have an announcement in terms of whether they settled or the appeal is going to go through. So, but if you haven't already, make sure you watch our interview with copyright lawyer Larry Zerner, who's also a star of Friday the 13th Part 3. So there's nobody that really understands this topic more than he does. He breaks down the whole situation really well, and I think if you still don't understand or are confused, he's the guy to listen to, so you should check that video out.
Yeah.
With that, let's move on to our next topic of the day, that being Candyman. Last episode, we talked about how Candyman is being rebooted from Jordan Peele and MGM, and it's scheduled to release on June 12th of 2020. But when that announcement was made, all of us were wondering whether or not Tony Todd would come back, or just what he thought about the interview in general. So Tony Todd recently just sat down with Sci-Fi and told them, quote, "I have mixed feelings because I thought they were going to make this 15 years ago. If this had been 10 years ago when I heard the news, I would have been devastated. I would have fought for it. Now I'm in a different place. I've got so many other options that even if they make it without me, which I doubt, the attention the new movie will create will lead folks back to the original because people like to see the source material." End quote.
Yeah. So I mean, it's good that he isn't against it.
Yeah, it's interesting. I think it's interesting that he would have fought against it. Like I can't even his quotes. This is a bit an odd quote.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it seems like he would have wanted it, but now he has more options that he doesn't want to do it anymore.
Or he doesn't need
to do it anymore. Hopefully he still does. It's also, a little bit of a weird flex. Like, I don't think they'll make it without me.
Yeah.
What does that mean? Because it's already scheduled, dude. It's already got a release date confirmed.
Yeah, and either they haven't asked you about it, or he's fucking with us.
Yeah, like either you're saying you're gonna do it because the film is happening, or you're saying that they're not gonna do it because you're not doing it, so this is canceled.
I don't know, but yeah, that quote was a little confusing. But.
Yeah. But when asked about the modern changes he would like to see, he also had this to say, quote, "In 2018, I think there are a few neighborhoods that could use some Candyman justice. You know what I'm saying? I'm just happy that as an African-American man, that Candyman has once again been given the nod to enter people's consciences. I hope they don't dance around the relationship between Candyman and the love of his life, the reason for his death, and that they were actually allowed to kiss. Back then, it was rare that African-American male film stars got to kiss any of the white leading ladies they worked with. I'm just speaking my mind here," end quote.
Yeah, Candyman was huge for the African American community.
Yeah.
Back when it released. So hopefully you can still get that main core value. Add some of the more modern stuff. Jordan Peele is amazing at that.
That's what we said last week.
Yeah.
Like there's really truly no better time to do it. If you're gonna do it, it's a good time to do it. There's a lot of controversial things going on in politics today, and I think a Candyman film could bring some attention back to some issues while also still being an entertaining horror film.
Yeah.
And there's nobody better to do that. Make a good horror film, make a creative story while also bringing up important political topics in today's world. Jordan Peele nailed that in Get Out, and I think it's gonna be a fun film no matter what. Hopefully we see Tony Todd come back on that.
Yes.
But again, release date June 12th, 2020. I'm hoping.
Yeah.
I'm praying.
Yeah.
Please, Tony. We need you. You're our only hope. All right, let's talk about Godzilla. I know you guys want to talk about it. You probably already saw the trailer. If you haven't seen the trailer, go watch the trailer. We would show it here, but they're going to block it. They're going to block it. But Godzilla King of Monsters did get that new trailer, and everyone's freaking out about it, man, because it looks pretty beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay, you in this trailer, we got to see Godzilla, Mothra, Rodan, and King Ghidorah. Okay, and they're beautiful. I mean, This is some top-notch CGI.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of CGI. Don't get me wrong. If you don't like CGI-driven films, this isn't the one for you. Because, I mean, everything is pretty much CGI. But it looks good. It's well-done CGI. And the trailer ends with this really dope shot of Godzilla and Ghidorah about to literally throw hands, man. They're charging each other. It's a beautiful wide shot and shows the mass of these creatures as they tower over skyscrapers.
Yes.
I mean, awesome. One of the things that I think Godzilla lacked on, it was pretty damn long, had a lot of boring spots, and every time you got to see Godzilla, it was the same time you saw him in the trailer.
Yeah.
And there were no real exciting parts to really expand on in the movie. But guess what? We're already starting pretty strong because we have some new posters as well. The first one being this just epic Godzilla standing with his flames going down the back, you know. Really artistic, really cool. And again, just showing the absolute mass of Godzilla. Then we have some other artwork that came from Through Bloody Disgusting here, and it's just paying really good respect back to that Japanese homage. And it's a lot of cool ones.
It's beautiful. Like those are some phone-worthy backgrounds.
Yeah, some really cool ones. I mean, you got the one with the War of Gargantuous. I thought that was really really cheeky. I don't know. I'm excited. Godzilla King of Monsters is scheduled for May 31st of 2019. I think it's going to outshine the first Godzilla tremendously, which is back in, 2014? God, time flies.
Yeah?
Time flies. I think 2014. And then
Kong vs. Godzilla is scheduled for 2020.
Right. I got to love that. I'm more excited for that.
Yeah.
Because after seeing, Kong Skull Island and the mass of him, I've wanted to see him just go toe-to-toe. That being said, coming back from the original Godzilla films, I mean, Mothra, legendary.
Yeah.
So I'm excited either way. It's also interesting to see that you got cast members like Zhang Ziyi, I don't know if I said it right, Kyle Chandler, Vera Farmiga, Millie Bobby Brown, O'Shea Jackson Jr., Thomas Middleditch, and more.
Yeah.
Millie Bobby Brown, I'm sorry, can't look at her as anything else but 11. It started off with her,
Yeah.
and I was like, that's 11. That's all I can really see when I see Millie Bobby Brown now.
Yeah, you go from Stranger Things horror thriller to a actiony horror-ish type of movie. I mean, it makes sense, but yeah, I'm sure a lot of people just 11. from Stranger Things.
Yeah, maybe she had longer hair. She shot it like in the midst of Stranger Things, so she had that really short cut hair.
Yeah.
Either way, we'll find a way to get through it. All right. Next on our topics list today, we're going to talk about a little about Beetlejuice. Okay. Now, Beetlejuice is officially 30 years old. I know you feel old now. And even though we never saw a sequel, we are getting a documentary for the making of Beetlejuice, perfectly titled "Documentary for the Recently Deceased." I mean, come on. You cheeky.
Yeah.
Now, over on Kickstarter, the fundraising campaign has just been launched for the documentary, which is produced by Adam F. Goldberg from the Goldbergs. Now, one round of interviews has already been completed, and the new Kickstarter campaign is to raise the money to complete the documentary due to the release in 2020.
Yes. I believe they did it at Indiegogo last year or this year, and that covered the first round of interviews, and they still need some more. So, some more money to complete it. I mean, documentaries are long, and I'll have a lot of people involved. So
usually when you do a making of documentary like this, although, I mean, Beetlejuice is a one film hit and it's not a franchise, these tend to be really long. You're probably looking at, like, I would guess in the 3 to 4 hour mark.
Yeah.
Maybe more, maybe less, but usually that's where you're pushing.
Yeah.
It depends, though. Now, what will you get in this documentary? Interviews with the cast and crew, behind-the-scenes photos and videos, rare production archives such as concept arts, blueprints, the tour of East Corinth, Vermont, which is cool, interviews with people of East Corinth, God, Jesus, who were there for the filming, meet fans that create great stuff about the movie, meet prop collectors, meet Tom Spina, who worked on restoring the props 30 years late, meet Kyle Lambert, the poster designer, never-before-seen archive footage, including stop-motion sequences digitized in 2K, especially for the occasion. All of that is going to be in this documentary. A lot to see. It's definitely going to be worth you pitching in. You know, I think if you're a fan of Beetlejuice, this is something you need to see, and especially because Beetlejuice is so creative. The making of is really going to be special.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be fun. I grew up watching Beetlejuice all the fucking time, and in the last 10 years, only seen it once. Twice.
But it was good.
And I remembered how much I liked it, and then I watched it again the next day. Beetlejuice is just so funny, creepy at times, and it's a good time. It's just a good time.
Yeah, this is like a I was gonna say peak Michael Keaton. Although Michael Keaton just never ends his peak, man.
True.
That dude is so talented, so weird. That was almost Johnny Depp that played that role.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty crazy.
Yeah.
What if we're gonna talk about that?
Would have been interesting. I'm sure that probably comes up.
Come on together. Again, though, link in the description to the Kickstarter. If you're a horror fan, I think you're gonna enjoy it. I think it seems worth a toss, a couple bucks at. With that, let's move on to our next topic of the day, another fundraiser here. Charles, a Chucky fan film, is a feature-length movie that states that it will be the scariest Chucky you have ever seen. Bold claim.
Okay.
One Chucky fan film, that's already tough. Okay? You got, and considering everything that's going on in Child's Play world right now, including that remake, and then Don Mancini working on their sequel, Don Mancini working on the TV series.
Yeah.
You're bold claim, Cotton. That being said, we do have the permission to show you the teaser trailer, so go ahead and take a look. didn't get much there. I think there's already enough there to tell you that these guys are talented.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful looking, beautiful color. And it's a good looking Chucky doll. I mean, that's like key to this thing. And of course, it looks like they're probably going to play with a lot of stop motion. And whether or not they're going to go with the animatronic route, I honestly, God, I'm just curious how they're going to pull this off.
Yeah.
The amount of money that goes into those movies to create a robotic type of Chucky, or there was a lot of times where they would have short people in like a Chucky costume, but even then it's still too large. And what looks natural looks like Chucky.
Yeah.
It's going to be a really tough thing to create. And you've seen fan films before, but most of the time you see Chucky fan films, they're like holding him off screen, like off camera, moving his body parts, or strings and things like that. I'm curious how they're going to do it. It's definitely a tough one to do. Out of all these other fan films, I think this is going to be the hardest one to complete.
Yeah.
But here's a synopsis for you. A young couple moved into their first apartment and encounter a red-headed, freckled doll. Soon they discover that their home and doll has an evil presence. This film will be directed by Luis Serrano. The Chucky film is now seeking funding on Indiegogo with a goal of just $10,000. Compared to a lot of these other fan films going around, $10,000, not bad, especially for how complicated this bitch is going to be.
$10,000 for a feature-length Child's Play Chucky fan film.
Yeah.
I really, really want to see. I really want to see that. That's really low.
Yeah, I respect that.
Yes,
Instead of going super high, and I mean, fan films, a lot of times you don't really need that much money. At the end of the day, people are going to go along with the road here.
Right.
So I respect the fact that they're not going to try ripping people off and are going to still make a good-looking film. They have faith that they're going to make a great film.
Yeah.
On such a low budget too.
Yes, and the second trailer is coming very soon.
Yeah, which and they did say that they had a Brad Dourif. I mean, they obviously have a voice of Chucky, and they have somebody that sounds damn near like identical to Brad Dourif.
Yes,
and if that's true, I mean, I'm already interested there. If somebody can really nail that, hopefully they let that shine in the second trailer, because if once you do that, I'm telling you, that's going to be your seller on this Indiegogo.
Yes,
if you bring in somebody that actually sounds like Brad Dourif and nails that impression, you got people. People will come and donate.
For sure.
So I'm excited. We'll probably let you know, too. We'll cover that trailer as well.
Yeah.
So, again, link in the description to the Indiegogo. Check it out if you're interested. Every dollar for an independent film like this makes a tremendous difference. So, go toss a couple bucks. I'll toss a couple bucks.
Yeah.
Let's move on to the next topic of the day, all right? Following the last drive-in earlier this year, Shudder and Joe Bob Briggs once again broke the internet on Thanksgiving night with the horror marathon Dinners of Death. But don't worry, he's coming back to Shudder later this month for a brand new special, A Very Joe Bob Christmas, Friday, December 21st. That's going to be fun. We'll be watching, all right?
Yeah.
So we have a little fun chat or Discord about it.
Yeah.
Joe Bob recently announced, quote, "We actually have 4 movies in a single film franchise that represent the spirit of drive-in Christmas. And since the movies don't make a lick of sense, you're going to need artificial stimulation, if you know what I mean." And I think you do. This usually, if you're gonna take a guess here, people are thinking Silent Night, Deadly Night franchise. It kind of has to be. That's the only thing that really makes sense.
Right. 4 movies in a single franchise that represent the spirit of drive-in Christmas.
Yeah, and artificial stimulation.
And artificial stimulation.
Yeah, it's kind of. It's got to be.
Yeah. Is there any 4 movie franchise that
relates to Christmas?
That relates to Christmas.
Santa Claus. That's 3 films, but close enough. I think it's pretty obvious it's Silent Night, Deadly Night, although at this time it is not confirmed. It just seems kind of obvious. We previously reported that there is a Joe Bob Briggs series coming to Shudder next year, and this week his sidekick, Darcy the Mail Girl, tweeted that it's coming early 2019. The tweet said, quote, "We started a weekly show early next year." End quote.
Yeah, it's gonna be exciting. We were just today watching a little bit of Joe Bob Briggs
on Monster Vision.
From Monster Vision. Yeah, he has him up on his YouTube channel. It's him, and that was so nostalgic. And we're gonna go watch more after this.
Yeah, probably. If you haven't already seen those specials, they're still available on Shudder. If you don't have Shudder, go get Shudder. It's like $5 a month. It's worth it. Shudder has a ton of good horror movies, a ton of exclusive horror movies, including films like Summer of '84, which I just tweeted about and said I really enjoyed. It's worth getting. It's definitely worth getting. And even just to watch those Joe Bob films alone, I'd pay $5 a month for that.
Yeah.
Come on. It's a good time in general just to be a horror fan. And so Joe and you're all the horror fans over there on Shudder. But with that, that's wrap up today's episode of Slashcast. Nick, where's that slash tag? I was told I had to keep it. Every comment said to keep slash tag. So slash tag of the week, lay it on me.
I think hashtag
I'm sorry, what?
Slash tag. I think maybe just King.
Oh, King.
King of the Monsters.
Oh, King of the Monsters or King?
Either one. King of the Monsters.
Okay.
Because he is the king of the monsters. And, spoiler alert, he's going to win.
Have you seen the movie?
No, but there's a sequel called Godzilla vs. Kong, not, Ghidorah vs. Kong.
He can still lose. Sometimes you lose, but you get back up.
Rocky.
Exactly. All right, again, thank you guys so much for watching this episode of Slashcast. If you enjoyed, make sure you drop a like, subscribe to our channel for more videos like this one. But with that, as always, thank you guys so much for watching. And yeah. Editor, roll that out.